Hello dear students, how are you? I hope you are fit and fine and I hope you are doing well at your home. So this is once again we are meeting in this video lecture, virtual lecture, as you can call it, like recorded lecture on YouTube. I hope you are observing and you are also watching our regular videos and you are also learning all the syllabus wise videos which we are uploading from here. So this is 8th standard lesson today which we are going to refer, and the lesson is 6th, human resources. The lesson will make you understand about the literacy rate, about the sex ratio, and also about the gender equalification too. So this video will also make you understand relation with the ratio of girls and boys, and also it will show you that what is the human resource and India is on which kind of rank related to the human resources. So let me show you the image and let me show you the page which will display your exactly textbook and make you understand about the today's chapter. So now you can see this is actually displaying here, which is also known as human resource. So every student will have to inform about his or her family, in which they need to keep the detail and all. These are the general thing which is written inside the textbook. Now as if we move further, then there is a question mark. Okay, there is a question mark in this SS subject. What is that? Do you know the way we collect the information about whole class, similarly we can collect the information about entire population, and it is done at the regular intervals at almost 10 or 11 years. So what is that? Let's discuss about that. So the first question itself is making you to be aware about the information. Now this question will be making you to get one more question, my dear student. Now what is that question? What is census? What is it carried out? What is census calculation? See, collection and cataloging of information about people living in the country of any particular region or the country is known as census, and it is also known as census calculation, my dear. So it is also done every year in the under regulation of the central government, and the last census calculation for India was carried out in the year 2011. So it was done on the 7th time after the independence. Can you imagine? This is more than 70 years. So that's how we can say it has also given providing a unique ID, that is like an ID for the identification Aadhaar card to the citizens, and it was also a special feature for the census calculation. It's a moral duty in this calculative time to give the right information, should not give any kind of wrong information. Okay, so that is how we need to go with the census calculation. Now after that, it is our duty to give the right information, don't give any kind of wrong information. Human resource is a human resource capital of our country. Human resource is the human capital of our country. As much human being, as much workable people, that much money income can be done, production can be done, and that much industrial development can be also obtained out. And that's how we can say the development of the nation depends upon the human capital, and it is the wealth of the nation. So the development of a country depends not only on the areas of the country of its natural resources and heritage, my dear, it also depends upon the quality and the quantity of the human resources, and that is how we can actually contribute a lots of economical development in India, in our nation. The health, education, professional skills, ambition increases, providing one of the nation and also result the country in developing. So we need to always support our nation to develop the country. If you go more further, then it also shows this is actually done in order to take necessary measures. Now why the census calculation is done? In order to maintain the necessary measures, the census calculations are done. So the plan of every 5 years is done under this census calculation. The development plan is regarded for the food, water, housing, industry, electricity, economical employment, then education, conservation of the resources, and nowadays forest department keeps a record of engrading animals also. Birds as well as plant, trees, animals are also counted. Means the census calculation is not only counted in the human residencies, it is also counted in the natural residencies too. So this is a very good thing which we need to get in this lecture. Now moving to the second page. The page number 2 will show you, see in this lecture I am having lots of pages. I will show you out here. An estimate population of India. Now if you talk about the India, so the total land of area India consists of 32,87,263 square kilometer, which is around 2.42 of the world's total land. So total area wise, India is standing on the 7th rank, and that is how India and the population living in India is making India not on the 7th rank but on the 2nd rank, then after China. So we need to understand to control the population also. Now there is a chart which is given to make sure to do by yourself and all. Then qualitative human life population, also called the human resources, in which we can say the resource which is developing on educated people, intelligent people, skilled people, citizens like doctor, engineers, sportsmen, engineers, editor, or in the industry purpose man or industrialist, also then businessman, farmer, artisans, laborers, and the other responsible citizens are also one of the group of category who are generating the human resources. Children and youth are potential resource of our future, so we need to protect that resources also. Now if we talk about the population growth, then we can say, my dear, the population growth of India has increased by 18.1 crore, okay, that is 18.1 cr in the decade since 2011, 2001 to 2011. However, the population growth of rates has been decreasing down, but due to medicinal increasement or the good facilities and all, like today death ratio has been controlled and birth ratio has been started. So that's how we can say there has been an increase in the number of literate people, educated citizenship compared with the illiterate people. So that is how we can say the census calculation is working out. Now the third page says that India is actually coming in the population of India, like 2001 it was around 102 crores, 102.88 crores, which increased to the 121 crores, and till the year 2011. Now it is going more than, you can imagine, 137 crore, 36 crore. No, so population has been increasing. I'll show you the figure chart which is showing you with the graph information related to the population. You can see this graph. And moving further, what are the reasons for the population? See, population is increasing naturally. It's a natural phenomena, and that's how. But there are some kinds of various factors responsible for the population too. Which are the factors that also we'll be studying in this lecture. So first is immigration from the other countries and for the purpose of industry, for the purpose of trading, education, settlement and all. It also increases the population. Second, if you go more further, then the lower death rate also. Lower death ratio means what? In the decade earlier, the rate of population growth was low as the infant and the female mortality rate was higher. But the number of pregnant women as well as dying the women due to unavailability of the poor medicine aid was high in the ancient time. But the mode of transportation and the roads were not so good also at the time. That's why it can be there. But we can say there is no control in the diseases in the cholera, plague, dengue, malaria, typhoid and all. And famine were also in the ancient time more apart. So we can say many lives are also in danger. So facilities were not developed in this way. That's how the population was also somehow under control, or we can say it was also like lower down. But the scenario has completely changed now. Now how the scenario has been changed? See, nutritious food right now we get the communicable diseases also can be cured out right now. Okay, they're under control. Then we can say treatment, vaccine program, immediately medicinal help are also given there. Speedy mode of transportation system is there. Online facilities are available, improved and all. 24/7 we are getting all the kinds of services and all. Hospitals are improved. Apart from that, we can say factors are average life expectancy of the human being has been increasing today. So we can say now in the year of expectancy human life in the year of 1920 was 40 to 41 maximum. Now it is increased to 63 to 64. So that shows that how human beings are safe nowadays, but they are also increasing the population. Moving to the next page. Here we can say these are the factors which are responsible for the increase in the birth rate also. Few of them are actually superstitions, illiteracy, orthodox, thinking about social customs, and also thinking about the male child. That is how we can say the child marriages are also one of the reasons for the poverty development as well as the negative impact of the society and population increasing also. So these are the basic things which we are understanding in this lecture. Now see, rising of the population also creates some kinds of problem. What are the problems? The problems can be related to the administrative problem, that is the problem of water shortage, food shortage, housing shortage, environmental pollution, conservation, employment, traffic conservation or traffic conjunctions and all. Lots of kinds of problems are there. So such problems may have been actually many policies and schemes, legal measures have been also planned to control the population and to also maintain, deal with the population. Right now whatever the population is there, we need to deal with the population, and in the future we need to control the population. As if we go more further, We need to discuss in the group also about the documentary which is coming out, which I am showing you here. This is, you can discuss according to your we can say knowledge and all. Here you can calculate the population, changes in the population census, then population percentage between census and annual growth. So this is for you, you can just read and discuss, and we will need to move forward. Now see, population increase and decrease, how the population is increasing as well as how the population is decreasing. The first one says that mark the decade in which the population increased and the decade. This is also for the chart which I have already made you to understand, and this chart also which I am trying to make you understand. So we'll be going to the density of the population. Dekho, the average number of the people living per square kilometer area is termed as the density of the population. Population density is associated with the social, economical and geographical condition. So that is how we can say population can be engraded, and somehow you can calculate here area region, total population 2008, average rate of growth 2005 to 10, average rate of we can say productivity here, the birth ratio, then infant mortality ratio, and apart from that life expectancy of the male and female. Same as we can say top 10 countries in the term of population has been also given you the chart. So you can also go with this by yourself, okay, and we'll be moving further to the next topic. Now see, we will need to talk about this special topic. What is this topic? See, the population varies from country to country. It's a common thing. Even in a country, all the region of the states don't have the same population. Maharashtra could be having different, while the Bengal could be having different. Uttar Pradesh holding the largest population, while the Gujarat can be having the smallest one also. So there is no uniform distribution of the population, country wise, state wise, province wise or the zone wise. So that's how we can say. On the other hand, population density is low in the areas like desert area, mountainous area due to unfavorable climate and no industries too. So you can see out here, you can check it out, the map is also showing you the dense population and the local less population. Okay, so this is how you can also go with the chart with the 5 district term: Ahmedabad, Gujarat, Vadodara, Rajkot and Banaskantha. But my dear student, this is the old calculation. You need to calculate the recent value also, that Google can help you out in that. So this is the general thing. Now let's talk about the density of the population. See, factors affecting the population. Density population is affecting, see, density of the population is affected by various geographical factors like altitude, climate, weather, topography, type of crops, availability, mineral, water and other energy resources too. Along with that, transportation and communication facilities of education and health facilities, industrialization, then employment, opportunity, urbanization, latest technology, etc., are also affecting the density of the population. In short, we can say that the people are settling in a place where everything they found or they get everything easily: good electricity, good environment, good locality area, market, petrol pump, lots of kinds of things. Okay, so if these kinds of things are available, obviously people will try to settle there, people will gather there. So this is how we can say 5 states are having the max population, maximum: Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Bihar, West Bengal and Andhra Pradesh. As I said you, Uttar Pradesh right now in the date of 2020, it is exceeding more than 22 point something crore of the population, only Uttar Pradesh. So 5 states and the Union Territories having the lowest population: Lakshadweep Island, Diu, Daman, Dadra and Nagar Haveli, Andaman and Nicobar, as well the Sikkim also. So same as we can say that the birth rate, the total birth rate of the alive infant in 1 year as per 1000 person is given area per area is known as the birth rate also. It means that for the past few years, the birth rate in India has been consistently declining. People exercise family planning more than before, and in the rural area, implementation of family planning is much lesser due to the lack of education and the facility of poverty, employment, unemployment, ignorance about the means of also lead to the birth control. So somehow we can say that, my dear student, we should actually plan our family. 1 child we need, 2 child we need or 3, okay, 2 children we need or 3. So that is in our hand. In the villages, superstitions belief are there, or in the getting of the boy child, they just keep trying and they give the birth to the girl and girl. Girl is not a bad one. Girl and boy both are equal, but the choice is your. Whatever you get, you should satisfy by that. Okay, so if you are illiterate person, you will not satisfy. You will just go on your fish. So that is actually a wrong thing. You are making yourself and the country also poor. So the comparison of the birth rate into the death rate has been totally collapsed out. Now, as if you go more further, then we can find that okay, death ratio, what does it says? So the death ratio, the death number in 1 year as per 1000 specific area termed as the death ratio. Who takes the birth? Already they need to die. But we can say that researches, medicinal treatment, medicines, vaccines, control over the diseases, new technology has also made to death ratio going down. So this is how we can say if the death ratio is not going down, everybody needed to be migrate from the one place to the good place. Migration means to go from one place to another. If we talk about the Kalol area, most of the people are thinking that they should have the house at Baroda district. Why? Because they see more and more amount of facility there. So when the people shift from one place to another, it is known as the migration. People enlug into the range of active areas along with the order and to earn and develop also. They can get the money, they can get development and all. ऐसा लोगों को लगता है. So they try to go on the big cities. Now, socio-cultural needs of the compelled people also keep migrating. यानी कि some of the needs of the people are also there, जिसकी वजह से लोग एक से दूसरे के चाहते रहते हैं, ज़रूरतें पूरी करने. Like education, business, then we can say employment, administration. So these are the basic things. ये ज़रूरतें हैं हमारी. Currently 62% of the population of Gujarat lives in the rural areas, 38 in the urban areas. यानी कि ज़्यादा लोग अभी भी गांव साइड रहते हैं and most of the people like 38% are living inside the urban areas, the developed area. So this shows कि population composition also and the stage structure too. Now see, the population composition means what? The classification of the total population into the various categories is called population composition. Apart from that, the categories or the categorization is done as per the male and female group, literacy rate, rural rate, urban areas, okay, religion, linguistic group, professional groups, etc. and etc. So through this study, categories are helping us to understand the population composition, which caste consisting how many people, which grade consisting how many people, okay, how much people. Same as what are the number of literate people, what are the number of illiterate people, how many people are farmer, how many people are criminal. This all the calculation does like this and it makes the difference also, okay. Now age structure. So देखो, the total population of the nation right now comprises of 3 age group: children, adult and senior citizenship. Children under 10-year-old, adult under we can say like 15-year-old and senior citizen like more than 60-year-old. So that's how we can say 0.14 children, 15 to 59, that is adult, and out of 59 you'll go with the senior citizen. So this is how we can say among all the group here, maximum and the most important difference is seen in the first and the third group, yani ki 0 to 14 to 59. 15 to 59 remains somehow equal. As per the 2001 census calculation, 35 to 40% of the total population below 18 years, whereas 7 to 10% is senior citizenship. Rest of all are adults. So India is a youthful country. Which country is that? India is a youthful country. Now see, projects are there. Survey about 10 families in your area. This is a project for you. And get the information about age, classify the information, and you can also write down into your pages and pages. Now the last thing says that literacy rate. Obviously my dear student, literacy is a very good thing that we need to take. We need to be literate. So we can say the development of any country depends upon the literacy and the literacy rate. That is how the literacy is an important criteria of the measures to standard the living of the people, to understand the social and development also, where literacy is also known as the key of economical development of any nation. If the people are illiterate, they will go for the crime, they will go for the population increase, they will not save the nature. So the definition of literacy was fixed at the time of census calculation only in the 1991, and according to any individual of 6 years above who can read, write, understand any language can be considered as a literate person. And the literacy rate of India has been increasing constantly. Right now we are consistently going on to increase the literacy rate. Everybody is going to the school, everybody is learning there. So that is how we need to understand. This is actually one of the chart which is showing you the male, female and the literacy rate of the total year, as you can refer by yourself, okay. If you go more further, then I can say that Kerala stands for the first and the highest amount of the literacy rate, and it also stands for the good amount of people also. Now comes here the occupational structure. देखो, I am dividing the people: literate people, occupied people, employed people, labor people. Okay, so the occupational structure says that any person in the country engaged in any activity, any kind of activity, economically activity which earns some money, occupation group is divided, can be into two groups. Okay, one is earning population group and one is depending population group. So the earning population is constantly increasing due to rapid industrialization also, and almost all the youngsters are getting the job. But some are not getting the job, they may be having some personal problems. Now change in the population composition. Change in the population compositions are in the two ways: quantitative as well the qualitative. Sometimes we notice that the rise and fall of the population that happens due to population growth and migration of the people. The condition leading to the quantitative change are landlessness, low per head land ratio, urbanization, as well as social administrative reasons also. Some people are living quantitatively life, they don't have any quality in the life, they just live in the quantity of the life. It means the life may be not good enough, but some are living in the qualitative life. See, now the changes observed in the level of the health and education indicate qualitative life. If a person is good, healthy, he is educated, he has got the job, his own house, obviously he is living a qualitative life. It alerts in the way thinking about behavior. Why this is happening? Because the behavior has been thought. Why a parent will be sending his or her child to the school? Just because the behavior of the parent is actually positive towards the upcoming generation in the future also. So he wants to get his child study, and he will do that. So this is how we can say health education is the basic thing. The other factor responsible for the qualitative change are decisions, dedications, hard work, patriotism, enthusiasm, courage, etc., etc. So we can say we should always be devoted towards our wish, should always be devoted towards our nation, and we should be always devoted towards the good positive belief. Okay, so that will change the nation. Don't be like illiterate people, yeah. Just come on, grow up. Now there are some kinds of group like religious group and linguistic group. One is from the religious group, like states of people living different region. Okay, together they just live together among different regions, and also among them we can say Hindus are in the majority, then Muslims, Christians, Sikh, Buddhist, Jain, Parsis are etc. also there. So therefore we can say the linguistic group of the Indian states are also consisting almost 22 languages recognized by the constitution. Okay, so India is the large country with a diversity in its own prime characteristics, and therefore we can say Hindi and English are the two official language that all the states are actually biased of or basis of. But let me give the extra gyan. In the ancient time, when the Mughal emperor was there, the Persian was the center court of language of our nation. Can you imagine? The Persian language was the court of our language. It means official language. But today we have actually gone with our originality. It means Hindi is our official code of language, as well English also. So this is actually the basic thing which I am trying to explain you in this lecture, and I hope you are also understanding what I am trying to make you understand in this whole lecture. Now see, the last page but not the least says the health structure. Obviously you are healthy, I am also healthy. We need to read the health structure. The health of a person can be defined as the physical, mental, emotional and the social also. Economical, spiritual well-being, as well as best level of this help for the fostering the national development also. We need to be healthy. Nutrition, food, regular exercise, get sleep proper, and good habit, good friends, yoga and all will make your health also growing out here. So no liquor you should take out, neither any chewing habit should be done. So here we can say national population policy is also relating with that. Say the population of the nation is its wealth as well as strength also. If a population of a nation is deteriorating its health, obviously there will be low productivity, there will be less amount of income, there will be extra amount of expenditure on the medical facilities and all, and the government will be also always breathing very high for the healthy habits. So that's how we can say it needs to be carefully planned to use the human resources building on their foundation of the development of the nation, and to keep the pace and development nation is very important to focus on the health also. So that is how the factor can can be hampering to progress of the national income, as well as it should be eliminating the other overpriced things or the bad habitual, or we can say bad object also from the market. So overpopulation is also one of the such factor which has actually been leading for the policies adopted since 1951, where we can understand that overpopulation also leads to the bad health to the nation. As a part of national population policy, various programs are also being launched. Nutrition food program is launched, care of the mother and the child when she is about to give the birth or after the birth of her child, pure drinking water facility in the schools, health programs, safeguarding of the rights children etc. must be reached. Then grassroots level must be checked out here. Even we can say even the 5-year plan are made, keeping the national population policy can be focusing more and more amount of development, but we need to go with the health. And one more thing, we need to also go according to the WHO, World Health Organization guidelines, so that we can sustain our health and good food in our nation. We must resolve the contribution as the committed responsible citizens toward the progress of the nation, and this is how here the health is the main thing which I am actually trying to make you understand. The last but not the least line says that healthy India, prosperous India, the country is prosperous whose citizens are mentally and physically healthy and prosperous. See you there in some other lecture. This was lesson number 6, Human Resources, 8th Standard SS. I hope you learned lots of things. Stay healthy, be healthy, do exercise, eat the good food and all, get proper sleep, and don't forget to learn from our daily online lectures, classes, virtual videos and all. Take care. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.